All right. Hello again, Monica. Welcome. Um, we saw each other last week, okay? And so welcome back. Can you tell me a little bit how you're feeling today?
I'm feeling a lot better today.
Okay.
I'm not crying as much like I was last week. So yeah, I'm better.
That's good. That's good to hear. Very good to hear. Can you give me maybe an update on how your family's doing? What's happening right now?
Yeah, well, my mom is back from San Antonio. She came back with my brother. So we went back home already. Uh, but my dad is still in jail, so we might end up moving.
Oh, so you may move. How do you feel about that move?
Well, I don't want to move, to be honest. But at the same time, I am excited because my mom says it'll be a fresh start.
Good. That's good. So I know that things might be hard on as far as you moving, but I'm glad that you see that there's a positive there, right? That you say that your mom. Okay. So, how do you think that mom? I know you said this is a fresh start. How do you feel about you moving specifically?
Well, I don't. To be honest, I'm kind of scared and
Mm-hmm.
nervous because I have a lot of friends here, and I know if I move, I won't see them again. So that's what I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm. Good. And I know that for mom, can you see the positives in the situation about maybe why she would want to move?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's because she wants to get away from everything and just start new. So
Okay.
I think that's why she wants to move.
Okay. Well, I understand how you would be nervous and maybe a little scared. I know that at your age, especially making friends, you would have to make new friends and everything. But I'm glad that you have an open mind about it. And that's very good that you're being very positive about it. I admire that. Okay. Tell me about your siblings. What were their ages again?
My little sister is 4. My brother is 8, and my other sister is 9.
Okay. So that would make you the oldest. You're
Yes.
13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. That's a lot of responsibility
Yes.
sometimes, right? Okay. How's the dynamics at home as far as like, do you often take care of them or?
Yeah, well, I do help my mom a lot with my little sister,
Okay.
the youngest one, because sometimes my mom is really busy, and so I like to help her with my little sister as much as I can.
Mm.
When you say help her out, excuse me, what type of help, or how do you help your mom? Preparing food or taking care of your sister? Can you give me a little bit more detail on that? How you
Yeah.
help your mom out with your siblings?
Well, I do. My mom is the one that cooks, but I make sure that my sister eats. Also, I help my mom clean the kitchen, or if my mom is busy, I help her with my little sister by making her take a shower, all of that.
Very good. Okay. And do you like that? Is it something that you
Um,
enjoy doing, or is it something that maybe at times can be a little difficult
Sometimes
asking?
it's difficult because she doesn't really listen to me a lot. But sometimes I do like helping my mom. It's just that sometimes I wish I could be doing other things besides helping my mom with my sister.
Okay. And other things, so I just want to know how do you like kind of disconnect a little bit and just do things for you, your outlet. What do you like to do?
I like to draw a lot and listen to music while I'm drawing. So that's what I do when I'm feeling, you know, nervous or stressed about something. That's what I do.
And you do draw beautifully. Your teacher has told me so. So
Thank you.
good job. Yes. Okay. And so we talked about before about how things might get a little bit daunting at times. And like I said, these are things that are out of your control. And I think you're very mature in facing them because we can't change them. And we talked about that the last time. But sometimes you've got to take care of you. So we talked about a few things that you could do. Like the breathing exercises, and maybe, taking yourself from a situation maybe to another. And how have you been doing with that? And what do you think that may work?
Um, I've been using the breathing exercises, and it does help a little bit. It helps me relax a
Good,
little bit.
good, good. You had mentioned the breathing exercises in detail. Can you?
Yes. Where did you learn about the breathing exercises from another counselor or somewhere, or where did you? Just curious.
From my teacher.
Okay, good. I'm glad they're doing that in the classroom.
Yes.
Breathing is very important. Sometimes when we get anxious or tense, we tend to forget how to breathe properly through our nose instead of hyperventilating through using our mouth breathing. So just remember when you inhale, try to count to 5 or 6, and then hold your breath. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, and then count to 5 or 6 again. Practice that rhythm of breathing, and that is going to be very helpful and help you relax in stressful situations. Remember, breathing is you can do it when you're calm, when you're anxious, when you're nervous, and it is always going to help you relax. And the more you practice your breathing techniques, you will be able to breathe properly when you're anxious, nervous, or in not a crisis, but in a situation where you have to make decisions and be clear-minded. So I always revert back to the breathing. It's very important. It sounds very simple, but it's very effective.
Okay.
So I'm glad you're doing this. So remember, inhaling, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Exhale as you're counting to 5. And then start again. Okay, so it's very important. The more you practice, the better you'll get at it, and it's very, very effective. I hope you practice it.
Good. We had also said that, like we've mentioned before, we cannot change the situation. Those are problems that we are just, you're in the situation and you can't change it. But remember, we said mindfulness was very important. Focusing on the positive. When we first spoke, you were worried about your family, your sisters, and we said, okay, let's focus on what we can do, and that's you. Okay, so we had said, let's focus on what you can do to take care of you. That was one of those. Now, another one is talking to somebody, having somebody to talk to. If you do move, okay, remember that you need to, just like we're very proud of you for reaching out to your teacher, then to your counselor and so forth. Okay, so right now, if you needed to talk to someone who's somebody that, your trusted friend, your grandmother.
Well, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I can talk to my friend.
Good. Tell me about your friend.
Well, she kind of knows my situation. She knows that my dad's in jail. She knows the whole situation with my mom and all of that. So I do talk to her sometimes, and she does give me advice, or she helps me feel better.
Good. And as far as talking to mom, how, when things are just a little bit much, how is that relationship as far as, are you able to tell her? Do things get...
Well, I don't like to tell her because I don't want her to get worried. So I'm scared that if I'll tell her, she'll get mad or she'll be worried. That's why I don't like to tell her how I'm feeling most of the time.
I understand that. I understand. You kind of maybe feel like, okay, I'm going to put more on her plate, or is it her reaction that...
A little bit of both. More on her plate, and also she might get mad about the things that I have to say. Like maybe taking care of my sister. She might not like that. So that's why I don't like to say anything.
I see. Well, you do well in having a friend and make sure that, that you always have those, that you talk to somebody. And if it's not a friend, then like we said, your counselor is at school, but sometimes just talking about it makes it, like we have to always remember, we can't change it, but,
To add to that, just remember that the adult in your house is your mom. So I understand that you want to keep her from having to worry about anything else, but school projects might come up, things might come up, extra homework, maybe studying for a test. So I do recommend that as much as you want to take your mom's feelings into consideration, you also have take into consideration your needs as a student, as a young person. So don't shy away from completely talking to your mom and asking for her for help. She probably understands being an adult that you do need some time to do your things as a student, as a teenager. So don't hesitate to do that. Okay, I think your mom would be more understanding than you anticipate. And then, like I said, you're being a awesome daughter by not burdening her with asking her for time to do this or that for yourself. But that's also very important because you got to feel well about yourself to be able to continue taking care of your siblings and helping your mom out with duties at home and chores. So don't hesitate to do that. Okay.
Okay.
That's a great point. And so maybe next time that we meet, we can talk about it a little further and maybe some approaches to talking to your mom, right? Because sometimes we need to know when, and our emotions need to be in check. Like we talked about breathing. Maybe after we're all calmer, then maybe it's when to approach and how to approach. So we'll talk about that the next time, right?
Great topic.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
I think you look great and you sound better every time. So thank you.
Okay. Thank
All right,
you.
Monica.
Bye.